actually scared. I don't know if I want to be a mother anymore. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a mom. But the older I got, the more I understood the world, the worse the world got. I'm starting to change my mind. I feel like a lot of women were lied to about what motherhood really was. Growing up, we thought it was peaches and roses because a lot of women, they didn't feel a space to feel comfortable enough to say how they really feel about motherhood because they were so severely judged. But now that we have the internet, we've seen the truth. A lot of women are coming out with the truth and they're saying, no, this is not what you thought it was. Also, the older I get, I didn't know how demanding motherhood is. The kind of person I am, I need breaks. I need mental breaks. When I'm sick, I like to go in my room and lock myself in the room and close the door. And then other mothers, I hear them talking about the constant worry when they go to daycare and the constant worry when they're not in their possession. I'm already an anxious person. And it's such a beautiful thing to be a mother. I help women become mothers, and I myself don't know if I want to be one. Anyway, I had to express my feelings. Kind of makes me sad. I love children, but mentally, I don't know if I could deal with that in the capacity that it takes to be a mother. And I salute to all mothers because, oh my God, what a job.
I don't care what nobody says. I do not care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. Everything, at the end of the day, it always falls on the mother. Everything, at the end of the day, it always falls on the mother. Fathers have the best life, the best luxuries. They don't have the anxieties and the worries of a mother. They don't have all the responsibilities and expectations of a mother. Everything is always the mother's job, the mother's fault. Where's the mom? Why is the mom doing it? Where her kids at? It's always the mom. And being a mom, it is so stressful because you just have to deal with all these anxieties and pressures and expectations while you're with
a rich kid who begged me to abort the pregnancy. Story time. Whenever a man is begging you to abort a pregnancy, my sister, for your own good, just try. I was naive when I met this guy who comes from a rich home. My friend actually introduced me to him, and at that time he was not really staying in Nigeria. We started dating, and 4 months within it, I got pregnant. I told him about the pregnancy, and he told me immediately that I should abort it. I told my friend and my cousin about it because that was my first time getting pregnant. My friend said he was going to take me to a place where I was going to abort it, but my cousin went ahead to tell my whole family about the pregnancy. Then my family lied to me that if I aborted the pregnancy, I was going to die. This got me really scared, and I told my boyfriend that I cannot abort the pregnancy. My mom took his number and called him, and he came over to my house just to beg me to abort the pregnancy. My mom insisted that I cannot abort the pregnancy because I'm an only child. And this guy came over to our house together with his mom, and they started shouting on me. They really embarrassed us, and at the time, my uncle, who happens to be my mommy's sister's husband, was around. So this man told them that they should come inside so we can have a peaceful conversation. When they entered, this boy that I was dating told his family that I'm a prostitute and I want to tie him down with the pregnancy because I know he's from a rich home and I might not even know who the father of my baby is. And my cousin told my family about my pregnancy out of jealousy. She still went ahead to tell this guy that he should not accept my pregnancy because I already told her that he was not the father. I just wanted to pin the pregnancy on him. Mind you, my cousin also had an abortion recently that I covered up for her and I kept as a secret. This guy blocked me for 7 months, and his mom would always call me every day to curse me, to tell me that I can never marry our son. I think mothers should start preaching to their kids, their sons, to keep their wandering sticks in their pants and stop harassing people's daughters. It takes 2 to make a baby. Anyways, they said that I was not from a rich family and the boy already has a rich fiance that he's going to get married to. At 7 months, an old family friend saw me pregnant and she was shocked. She asked me who the father was and I narrated the story to her. She said the guy happens to be one of her husband's friends and she was going to talk to him. When we got there, my boyfriend's father said he was not aware of the whole situation and this man apologized to me. Anyways, the matter kept going on, caused a lot of issues till I gave birth, and these people gave me 30,000 naira. The child looked so much like him and he unblocked me and we started talking again. He started sending money for upkeep, calls us on video call. All of a sudden his mom said the money he was sending to us was too much. Then the next month, this guy went ahead to send me 10,000 naira. He called me, he cursed me on the phone, and he blocked me again. What is his problem? What's this family's problem? He keeps blocking and unblocking me together with his family. When I was pregnant, he was saying he wanted the DNA. After I gave birth, he said he didn't want the DNA anymore. Anyways, this has really affected my mental health that I get sad every time I think about it. I think what she really needs is words of encouragement because the story is a lot.
I'm going to say something that will make some people upset. I think we need to normalize regretting having your children. I'm a therapist and I work with kids, teens, young adults, as well as parents. And there are so many parents who have been vulnerable enough with me in their therapy sessions to admit that they regret having their children. Now, before you shame those parents, these are really, really good parents. Now, these aren't all parents that I work with. It's just a emotion that does come up in therapy that I don't think really gets talked about, because if they were to say some of these words out loud or to other people, they would get shamed for it. And don't get me wrong, these are amazing parents. They're great parents. They love their children. They would do anything for their children. They would never give their children up. But it's just talking about the emotion of regretting having them.
Nicely! I asked her. Stop!
Love my kid. Fucking hate being a mom. I fucking hate being a parent. Like, I fucking hate it. And I feel bad for saying that, but like, I wish someone would have let people with BPD know that like we really shouldn't be moms. Like, having a kid is too fucking complicated. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to be responsible for this tiny human. I just want to be responsible for myself, and it's too late now. I didn't know parenthood was going to be like this. I didn't know I was going to be doing it all by myself with no support system, no family, no anything. I didn't know. If I would have known, I would have never done it. I would have never.
So if you're watching this clip, you probably had two reactions, and more than two, but the main ones, right? You probably had no sympathy for her. You're probably like, listen, she had 9 months. She had time to decide if she was going to have this baby or not. And now she's crying about it because, you know, being a parent is tough and she acting like she didn't know, right? That's probably one of y'all's reactions. Other reactions could be empathy, right? Understanding where she's coming from. Don't even mean that you have to agree or feel like I felt that way before, but it's like I see how she could feel that way, right, as a mom. But whatever your reaction is, it doesn't change the fact that this is the reality for a lot of mothers, unfortunately. And it's not something that's talked about. And when it is talked about, you know, it's always black and white. There's never a gray area. There's never an in between. It's either she knew what she was doing or damn, I feel for her, right? But I think what people aren't taking into account is key things that she said. First of all, she said that she had BPD. If you don't know what that is, that's borderline personality disorder, okay? It's also just being emotionally unstable, meaning 1 minute she probably did think this was a great idea, right? But now knowing that she has unstable emotions where she has a higher prevalence of depression and anxiety, right? Now the baby is here, that's out the window, right? But we don't think about mothers who have mental health disabilities or mental health disorders undiagnosed. A lot of it is undiagnosed. And they're out here having children, and it is hard. It's hard, right? Another thing she said was she didn't know she would be doing it alone without any supports. Nobody thinks about that, okay? Nobody thinks about the fact that a lot of women are talked into having kids, okay? And when shit hits the fan, no one's there to help. She has no support. So it's like at the baby shower, she had all this support, everybody eating up the food, everybody buying stuff. But then once the baby's here, that's it. No one's thinking about those key things, right? Gray area. That's the gray area with what she's talking about. So I just send her a lot of love and energy because it is hard. And I applaud her for putting herself out there like that.
It's something that she'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud.
That a lot of parents out there regret having kids. A lot of women have been sold on the idea that being a mother is everything, and that if you don't have kids, then what good are you? And then once they have kids, it's not all flowers and roses like they've been told. Nobody tells the truth about the real costs in having kids. Babies are born sick and they have ailments. Partners can't handle it and they bail. And then it's a great disappointment that the child grows up to be something totally different than the idea that you have in your head. And once the resentment sets in, they tend to lash out at people who chose not to have children, mostly out of jealousy because they have the freedom to do things while you still have a child attached to your hip. So if you're considering having kids, think long and hard, because having a child is a lifelong commitment. It doesn't end when the kid turns 18. It lasts a lifetime.
Ooh, look at this tweet, y'all. It's a doozy.
More mothers feel like this than they let on, and this is a major reason why I'm not having kids. In addition to me just wanting to be able to maintain my independence to the fullest capacity, I am personally not able to justify making a decision that I cannot undo or change that I may not enjoy. And this is something that I've talked to my mom about, who is a mother who has expressed throughout my entire life that she loves being a mother. It was something that she essentially always dreamt about doing. And she waited a good long time to have me. My mom was 40. And she is one of the biggest supporters of me not having children. She has always said to me, if it's not something that you want to do 110%, don't do it at all. And I feel like I see too many people taking having children lightly. You know, like, oh, babies are cute. Oh, it'll be fun to have someone love me unconditionally and take care of me when I'm old. But first of all, there are no guarantees that your child is going to love you unconditionally. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. There's also no guarantee that they're going to take care of you when you're old, nor is using your children as a retirement plan a good thing to do. Also, for me personally, I feel like I have too many mental health challenges that could possibly be genetic for me to be having children. I would not want to see them suffer the way that I have. Not to mention, I get overstimulated very quickly, and I need a lot of alone time to recharge, and I could not imagine having someone near me all the time that is solely reliant on me and dependent on me for all of their needs. Also, like, the world is falling apart, and I would not want to bring somebody else into this mess. But yeah, saying all that to say, I really think a lot more people should really consider if they really want to be parents, or if they're just doing it because it was prescribed to them as something that was like socially acceptable, like the social norm, or they're doing it to fill a void within themselves, because these are not good reasons.
Yo, I think those were some really eye-opening stories, and um I really believe that a lot of women, or teenagers, they always have this outcome of something being so detrimental to them and their lifestyle, because they don't think when they're growing up how hard it is, and they look at the surface level things about having a child. It's like they think they can control the child every move and stop them from crying and stuff like that, and it's just like that is not reality. So I've had a lot of thoughts about my experience with being a mother, and I believe like it's not about so much of regretting the child or having a child. It's just like I regret that I didn't listen, and I didn't think about everything that I would have to go through, and I just didn't have everything planned out. I wasn't stable. I didn't have I wasn't married. I didn't have the income or the funds, or I didn't have a plan. I just said, oh, we're going to work things out after we have the child. And that is like the biggest mistake. And once again, I think that a lot of people may say the wrong things, or they just, don't think before they talk. And it's just like, it can just hurt the child and their feelings. So, that's my opinion, guys. Please, ladies, and leave your comments on the comment section below and let me know your thoughts, and what is some of your experiences with motherhood. And hope you guys like the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Love you.